Hey everyone, this is Andrew Chen here with AsiansOnFilm.com, and I'm with Jeff Liu, the director and adapter of Yellowface from David Henry Hwang's play of the same name. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit about the film.
All of them. So it's an adaptation of the play, which is about a playwright named DHH. So it's a little bit meta, right? And he gets involved in the whole Miss Saigon casting controversy, where a white was cast as Asian, and they protest it. And then later, he inadvertently does the same thing in one of his own plays, and then tries to cover it up. So hilarity ensues.
I see. Now, I saw the actual play when I first moved to Los Angeles, so I'm excited to see it in film form. Did you, since you're the director and adapter, did you try to inject new meanings to it for the audience to take away?
I don't know about new meanings. I think I really tried to bring out what I thought was great about David's play. Do you know what I mean? He's such a wonderful writer. The things we did have to do, it's significantly shorter than the play. Okay. And the other thing is I had to find a sort of way to meld film devices, theater devices, and also YouTube devices, you know, to create a language for the film. What it couldn't be is just sort of, you know, a camera in front of a black box play, because that would have, you know, visually it just doesn't play. So we have things like, you know, split screens, pop-up windows, you know, dolly shots, as well as sort of more theater-ish transitions, you know, like a curtain rises, the camera goes through, and you're in a different room. You know, stuff like that, like how Michel Gondry does some of the Björk videos, that sort of theater style. So I tried to meld all of those languages into a kind of hybrid kind of film.
Okay. Awesome. What were some of your favorite moments of shooting this film?
Favorite moments? Well, those are kind of blooper-ish things,
really?
You know what I mean? But no, I would say overall it's the putting together a cast of 9, almost all of which I had worked in sort of theater things before. And so it felt very much like an ensemble, you know, no egos, people just coming together to tell the story, and then watching people create different characters, because I have people playing multiple characters, just like they would in a play, and just watching them come alive and hopefully do justice to David's material.
Okay. Yeah, now the subject that Yellowface touches on, I guess we can call it whitewashing. It's still happening today. For example, Iron Man 3, the Mandarin is being played by the very talented Ben Kingsley, but you know, there's still also other very talented Asian people that may have played that role.
Wait, but Ben Kingsley is part Asian, right?
I guess so. That's news to me.
Indian. No, because
is that right? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay.
he has some cred.
Yeah, Southeast Asian.
He's
okay,
not
yeah.
Chinese.
No, he's not Chinese.
No,
right.
Sure. Does
right.
the Mandarin have to be Chinese?
No, he doesn't. I guess. It does. Okay, I feel better now. Okay.
Yeah. No. Can you imagine if they had cast a complete white guy as Gandhi? I mean, come on.
Right.
I don't think even they could get away with that.
Yeah,
Although you never know, since John Wayne played, you know, Genghis Khan, you just never know. But yeah, even last year we had, you know, a couple things that were kind of in the news where they had The Nightingale, which was a new musical at La Jolla Playhouse, which was based on a Hans Christian Andersen tale, so ostensibly set in like a mythical China, right? But there were almost no Asians in it, right? But the characters did have Chinese names,
Right.
you know. And then Orphan of Tao, which was done at the Royal Shakespeare Company, is like a famous Chinese historical story, and there's almost no Asians in that cast as well. So again, I don't want to go as far as to say, okay, those had to be all Asian, but I would say that the lack of just reflexivity about that kind of casting still says something about the place that we occupy in society and culture and those things.
Now, with Yellowface being a film now that's easily consumed by the mass population, do you think that it'll stir, thoughts, or people will start to think about this, or are they just going to brush it under the rug, like, oh, these guys are just complaining?
You know, I hope it can spur dialogue. Do you know what I mean? Because David is he's not didactic. He's much cleverer than that in terms of when he writes about the layers of race and identity, because part of the plot is that the white guy that DHH casts as Asian, he actually kind of becomes a real Asian American activist. And so at one point they have this thing of, you know, the DHH is saying, well, you know, you're lying. And then the white guy says, well, do you have a trouble with anything I'm saying? And then DHH goes, not really. And the white guy says, well, it needs to be said, right? If your problem is just with me being white, isn't that in its own way prejudice or racist, right?
Yeah.
So he's got so many different layers going on that I think it'll stay interesting, and I hope come at the issue in a sort of another way. The other thing is that because we're going to be on YouTube, it's produced by Yum Yum F, which is the UFN my family. Used to be a blog, and now it's a YouTube channel. So many more people will have access to this instantly and for free. So it's very democratic. It's potentially global. Many of these people maybe will have never seen the play, and some of these issues might even be new to them.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? In terms of anything from the tradition of yellowface and what that means. I talk to some of the kids these days. I call them kids, even though they're in their 20s. They may not know all that. You know what I mean? So hopefully that can be interesting to them as well. And the other thing is just to the great thing about theater is that it's live. And then the sad thing is that it's live and then it's gone. Right. So hopefully this can be added kind of to the Asian American canon or legacy, if you will, and it's there for anyone to look at.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Great.